Elvis and Free and Christ is still struggling. Say obe defend the office of the prophecy. Office of prophecy. Say office of the prophecy. Ogusua defend the minim. Not just omodi abane yo and yo. Sa office no there, it has come to stay. And then me who say chidem Elvis. Chidem kopem 4 years abudi be fra ko yansu kra. Sa office no there. Media mentiasi. But you are still struggling to defend the office. Justin Kodia Echo NDC for office and yet Justin Kodia per se NPP executives Echo na omokoma NDC for Yako. They will say it be a raise concerns because omo Echo ma Yako. But baby I been mecha and it's a Kodia air pacho. Say empo yenuanum bi ano akwakotra akasa enti enye saa na NPP for epeno me hu eye backlash kakra efri hodum eba but ebia wa wutie no eye yako eno so edekoma NDC for esi edunkati osi akwatia no de ombeko wa ye ne enkotabalia akwatia no de ne ombeko pa di na bi bai but mu se eho kakra no ye kotwa se Justin Kodia air patcho. Well, in one breath I think it's a good step. Others may disagree. But then, NSMP no mokano yako ensa. But lawyer Evans Osei-Bonsu. Mema wakwaba.
Joso KK.
NSMP na koso within a year 3 days no. Ye chi social media for say bia threat ne ehun kro de ba. Na chese yenya yenua achenkwana na me pa twa achenkwana na de no me for we enfam achenkwana na de no oko Accra Circuit Court na oko Accra Circuit Court no omo amma ni bail enra omo amma ni bail enenen so omo amma ni bail oko Accra Circuit Court no say no omo arremanded no for 1 week say onko shemu 1 week say wakwakoka ensabi edietia President John Dramani Mahama say ebusuafo do hold President Mahama responsible for a year helicopter no crash no etiene okwa Accra Circuit Court e hono mo no call na judge no amani bill say onko enkohwemu 1 week yehwe say yebetumi ne lawyer Enoch Afuakwa ono na or represent achinkwa okọ court ne yehwe say yebetumi ne no atwetwe nkomo but maka no na lawyer arrest no kwana ekoso makai peace be from a year kwakwaza so atro a year peace be wo na yi no say yaka obia enti yohonu say Obama de yiye ko bunupon assisting in investigation and so ye bunupon akwa arrest no na che say the Rambo style and all that meaning for how longer ye beka sa in some way be but lawyer obi be say over to you.
Oh yo me da say ade ya me wanwa ya mesre ne say NDC form the AK47 edikum ntontom nza ya wanwa the AK47 so we the way a man a omode be che achenkwa ewo fomesana according to amanfo a omugina ho a omuhunu e kire no na kire say e serious eti na kire say omode AK47 ana ya de che entontom because we two I say ya toto ho ewo fomesua ho no ma na kire say enwanwa before ansa na ye che achenkwa de akọ mfa me ande mani ehu bi but here say but keke ni nyina na o mai mra na ye di bu mayo na already article 15 of the 1992 constitution it relate to the fundamental human rights of a person arrested, detained or restricted into bia ya chi ubia no article 15 of the 1992 constitution of the Republic of Ghana no actually how our ancient treaty war said the dignity of a person shall be inviolable. No person shall, whether or not he is arrested, restricted or detained, be subjected to torture or other cruel or inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. Asanka said any other condition that detracts or is likely to detract from his dignity and wealth as a human being. A person who has been convicted of a criminal. So my main fancy here. So we 15 now. Actually, the dignity of a person shall be what? Inviolable. Eti nipa bia wo bechini bia no, ni dignity whether arrested, restricted or detained, any kwasa was subjecting it to a how ne amane bia mu. Now we read KK section 9 of Act 30 of our Criminal Procedure Act no. Actually, it provides safeguards yade faswa yade timi edichi individual bi. Na actually say individual bi obechini bia no. I was say on sure say the fundamental human right no wedi so. Sa same way Emma Omeyi High Court Edibia Okan wo Brobe and others versus the Republic. Brobe and others versus the Republic. High Court no held that a person who arrests a person in accordance with law, with or without warrant, shall comply with Section 9 of Act 30, which has now become a constitutional right. That means that obi a okwachi obi ebia no e wose udi mmara so na mmara no obefa so pepepe mmara ni bi ne say a person who is arrested but not told of the reason for the arrest may resist the arrest and will be justified in law as a defense to unlawful arrest or assault. In the Section 30 no asama Act 30 no Section 9 asama e kan say nipa bi a okwachi obi na wan kire ne say bota esi ntina ya frɛ wo say ye ba bechew no watia omayimbra na no so be defense a nipa na obekọ court no ye kine de ne kwa obetime agina sa asem no so e de aye defense aka se kwan amofa so che no kwa man kan reason ti a mo de beche no enti ho ye defense ma no. It is obvious the way a man a omo beche achenkwa no e de ne koye no eno kra no enya ne kwan se o de warrant one fa warrant e wo se wo justify na kan reason ti a o ba beche ne de nakọ na ye fa ne se ya che na wie enti de ne kọ na de nakọ gina court offense be ne de bo no. Offense near publication of false news with intent to cause fear and panic. Publication of false news with intent to cause fear and panic, contrary to Section 208, subsection 1 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act of Ghana. Not just say we publish false information or the false information about public or they cause fear and panic. Assemble no kind or say, Obia unipaka. Omo for flight no bi a wakowo bia na osa uhodu President Mahama responsible. Achenkwa na asem na ye de abone charge na da court na nim say enipa bia oka president oka aircraft no ho a e man kwanhia yi ato ile nchemi a ye bompa ye se bi nto Ghana biem ne Ghana aban wa oka ho bia no de achenkwa pese no oka ne say sa nipa bia na o nipa ka ho bia busuan no mun hodu President Mahama responsible. Na asem na okan ne nti a yedi AK47 no ebetoto wo fomasa a yedi beche yedi che ntontom ne de ne koye no eno ne sa asem no. So the point is, in as much as me condemn ese kasa bi wo ha mayenka emani nwu yanimase ni factor yentimi verify me san so regardless of their achenkwa akana de asipen bia no de me pesa me kan so sene se obechi obi for sa statement we ya ingredients be na wo hwehwe. And we so only say offense crona nipa na involve publishing or reproducing a statement, ramo or report. What they about social media. Enti offense in ingredients back on say or publishing or reproducing a statement, ramo and I say false information bia obi aka na was produce about social media. One another ingredients are obetima saka ho ansem likely to cause fear and alarm. It is statement na chenkwa kan e cause fear and alarm na.
Because as a statement me who copy be American I see fear and panic be. Mention Emmanuel Kwachiansa, age 40, journalist. For that you on August 9th 2025 okay into me fast tracking with intent okay me kind of see no for that you on August 9th 2025 at Accra in the Greater Accra region and within the jurisdiction of this court with intent to cause fear and panic to the public, made a statement to wit. Sani all kind of sabotage any yiba konso say family member any President Mahama and Kaube who do responsible for what has happened. No, so me say I see on the fear and panic. The all kind of
and that statement no cause so yen or kind of cause fear and panic na. Now fear and panic no why na cause no sa fear and panic. These are some of the things. In Tina Medi come out ingredients and say what publisher na say publication or reproduction of sasem na asem na what can others will be na kan and na say one na dia beto say asem say ni say nipa na omode hye kan ho omawu no wode hye kan ho ahodu President Mahama responsible eno na waka and two another ingredients are ye besa akohunu say statement na achenkwa de to ho no akoso fear and panic na enti no your questions akoso fear and panic am nipa bi yem ahyehye wo mo ama the alarm ebi aba o manimu a amanfo ye dededi a ese yi asemi a achenka koka di ene President Mahama ye be ha no ana President Mahama ye de ne be fa kwan bi so a eno so ye ade a na chese achenkwa di for another thing so ye knowledge or reason to believe say asem na wo kan na force na wo kan wo knowledge or reason to believe esa asem na wo kan no eye nya nokre na wo kan 81 did you verify so verify say ampa ebia baby I verify free no or source of verification e also utimi kire eti failure to verify so one verify na kan sa asem no eno so timi ye ingredients ni bi emi etimi do eto but unim ye wo journalistic concerns e wo Ghana aye journalistic concerns a sa journalists omo Ghana omo association omo call for repeal of sa section 2081 because yes sa section 20 argument ne say it undermines free speech. It undermines what? Free speech. It is a section na where criminal code section 2081 na just a journalist be oti asem amon fa asem ni nto dwana asem se yaka asem no because aeroplane na kosi ye no ye nyam fa report my but ye yesi obi e ka bi enti we journalist so their information amete ye ne say ana yesi esie enti sa freedom of speech ne so a constitution na makwan freedom of speech no na say when you say act with there then there is a conflict between the criminal code no criminal section criminal and other offences act section 2081 no any the constitutional provision na a woman say freedom of speech no na just say it seeks to undermine same. It first of all yen say fear and panic be na koso ye ana alarm be na koso wo country nim enye just a mere statement na oye journalist awabie na no aka no but fear and panic be na koso wo man nim say makoka say enipa na wu akowu no wa say wode hye ka ho de a ene hold President Mahama responsible minim pefe say President Mahama enye ono na koso accident ne ma ne baaye eye ade na asie ebetima to nipa bia but osi hold President Mahama responsible as to say adwene ode kan ye no akoso fear and panic bi wo manim ama alarm bia so a ama nipa bi akotake President Mahama ako holding responsible ana yenka hu say the criminal offenses now what they call court the burden is on the prosecution and the burden is proving beyond reasonable doubt and so burden no expectation is about 97% and now bet me approve it also to me cause to me prove say alarm say na cause so ye e many pe bi say e ba many ma me hey aba two sa fear and panic no akoso many pe bi ehu atom so ama deda omo eye ko president ne so no enie ese utimi prove wa court wo na enu achi no after say we prove say akoso fear and panic no so no enipa ben na e ma omo ho alarm a omo ko so President Mahama mu say ene e bebo ana President Mahama ye do be fa kwan we so President Mahama nam se abusu account ye do be fa kwan we so obi ayi bibi sa na eti akoso fear ene panic bia na ana afeni esa be hu say no one knowledge say asem na oka no onyi ni say ye no kra na it could be say our sources of information be bia onya sa de ni free ya e manaka utinye say wachi nipa na ade na kogina court enkwa na ade charge na bon na chese wadi because burden is on the prosecution to prove beyond reasonable doubt. You see, a person is presumed to be innocent until proven otherwise by virtue of Article 19(2)(c). It is there of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. It is there may can say me nyi ntum se me nye se me fo obi so se obi e ka asem hunu bi ana se o ye journalist na obeka asem bi asem bone a ma ye mfa o man ne mra ani no ba ye nkom ye just post sa asem na o kan ye no ss wo de hye ka aircraft na nya accident na say a blasting wo wiem na any hold President Mahama responsible no any freedom of speech na yaka ho asem 20 freedom of speech a work constitution no and no it seeks to also undermines it. It is what will be kojina that's a President Mahama believe you freedom of speech there. Then I don't think says the same way as I saw so my idea obi kojina court in the sense that say President Mahama a bit my waste of time and energy because at the end of the day journalists na kasa and waka na asem o kan asem no ebia enu kra bit my friend na interrogating our police for any man na prove the sources of information ebia no information e wo ba bia kire se nipa bi hyase ana se ebi kra na President Mahama nim hu bia obetimi ababa be chirim a kire di ntia ema o kan asa because in any case wo de na kogina court no da obeba na prosecution ntimi opekra on kasa prosecution was so prove beyond reasonable doubt esa akoso fear and panic ama obi yam ahyehye no ama obi akotake President Mahama ama abusua bi hold President Mahama responsible before ansa na watimi afine any guilty enye na no a ode kan asa asem no because of freedom of speech criminal libel law oma repeat bebre ama ene obi atimi nya information or information
but to play the devil's advocate what can say mu pdie but ebi obi tifi obeka say freedom of speech no Emma license so beka bibia na
no keke freedom of speech no Emma okwan ma won ka bibia but journalist for no and journalist association no omo advocate say sa section na work criminal offences article section 2081 yen repeat no on the basis say ebasa it put fetters on the journalist say asem mpo no behunu ana omo pese omo yi tudwa omo ntimi enyi tudwa asemi okokan yi se waka se yen hodu President Mahama responsible la ye betimi ato yen sa afre no ebia no wo information me de ya asem ka menka se President Mahama nim hu bi me amete ye menka sa de ma menka sa menya journalist na me lawyer ana se me journalist kra na ebia me verify na de me pese me kan se asem sa statement na achenkwa bi na no kan ye no police photo woman safre na national security no ye ma no so ane de na kogina court the question is omo verify say information onya firi hene. Because at the end of the day, see at the Nikojina court, now if he's left out of the hook, next and the lawyer to meet you charge no, na court ne kasa wa quitting at the charge no, unia sembiana, can we say go abine any mercy? Because you're proving beyond reasonable doubt. I was so prove almost 97%, almost and 100%. It wa wo bono kwadu no pa won kasa. Ono de was so anya information. Ese omo na ko obetimi ama a justify me ba o men support no obetimi a justify aka say hold President Mahama responsible because on na soma omo so omo konkoye enkoye responsible mining eno na do omo wo de buy it to hold President Mahama responsible because they acted upon instructions of His Excellency President Mahama.
Okay. Now me bisa way lawyer for na boka mo bro for be say the law lies in the bosom of the what can say judge
the judge
no na law lies in the bosom of the judge. Yes. With this case now say ya keke judges be paneling judges be there kwa circuit court. Law are a lie in the bosom of judge said ye boka no. Said ye judge no independence and your person who answer because and then I be asa bi hu mensanka lawyer Edok Afuakwa because ka be person bi hu adie plenty e ma ye de remand no I have no idea the ekoye ya ye de remand no. I
can give you some of the things.
Law lying in the bosom of the judge no. I mean obetumi aka say the okan no yes that
is so beba keke meba no ma explanation in connection with statements and before I remember one answer so in connection with statement say ya remand no a man remand no ebi one more bon say prosecution na they come say we are not taking the plea of the accused you ain't taking a plea na just say whether guilty or not guilty no ye musa no no asem say wudi for ana wudi bem eti we dey me pacho afi na asem na dey abanti ye seek advice from attorney general no mo dey aye wo sa na asan enti ba sa judge ni option bi atu than to remand you. Na judge ne do court remand
based on their
prosecution ne kan no into your lawyer crowd betima e bail on grant o na me case wo court and then no grant me bail no mako first one prosecution say on taking a plea there be a kwa or on take plea or say ya de call attorney general ho yetie advice about yes say person no ko si aban kukum first day why me sa me bail and he refuse me bail no second adjournment no I buy no the next adjournment date no ya buy osan ka sa say osan afutu mfira attorney general how my and ensan remand ni biom and na yesan koy osan ka the same thing say ya remand no 1 month na attorney general say the original attorney general na mu wa ha a we lawyer say ya remand no 1 month biom I want me sole na me ka kire court ne say sa pre-trial detention without any justification. Pre-trial detention without any justification is a ground for bail. It's a ground for the court to consider bail on the part of the accused. Because pre-trial detention, accused is presumed to be innocent. Only for by virtue of what Article 19(2)(c) of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Any PBIC we need for until court to do asemawi. Na nipa no so wuntie na no so odi for na odi bem. Eno an say o say emfa no call remand na da bia o remand no. O say call remand na obi odam wa call remand no 1 month. E so remand no 14 days within 14 days. Wa call remand no 1 month. So it goes against the fundamental right of the accused. So ebra na me argument na judge ni busa senti me pa kire say onu mom na 88 accused person the fundamental right ana. E na mobuo ene ahobrase enti man ka say judge no. Me say it's on the part of the prosecution. A prayer and a prosecution and make a prayer to the court. And the court also acknowledge the prosecution and ordinary cocotum into a prosecution now convince the court. But I disagree in total with the decision now court to make it on the basis that a pre-trial detention, so continuous pre-trial detention of the accused without any justifiable reasons. So Guswa na detaining no Abrahama reason biano. It is also a factor also considered to grant bail.
But I don't know
was granted. And the bail was granted. Meaning say say money in the basis. Meaning say say money in the basis. Omun taking the plea. Ombeka sa fi no man at the charge na bon omun seek advice from attorney general. To your lawyer na ehwo na chekere wonsa. Oya hwe nti wan hwe ya on client ne te court obeka che say lawyer na me yewi. Eti lawyer we am ya de me ko. Me client na say na test me ka che me say ma anye hu ya ma no. At that time me remand no kwan premier. You see the point. And I'm catching so no, I can go to high court, meet my high court, I could bail amount. What I say, but now, but there, no more ya there. Oto boa, my prosecution, and Yama and a Boroso Kakara. And then me call you now. If you know, Omunia Simbi on Beccabeam, intimidate 2 money granting bail, or home point. So, sad I see what court. No crana make a chobon so being a lawyer now, who defending or back at us, or by a chroman taking a plea. Almost almost seek advice from attorney general and two women and Sebishas here. It all real Messako be Mombasa catcher and I say advice in free attorney general home. So a bassa old lawyer was all ma would sorry. Now ma when you did now the Lord no a year Juma. And that was the time I may draw my attention say even that decision was made in the case of Juan versus the Republic 2012. I court to can say sir continuous pre-trial detention of an accused without any justifiable reason. No, I was with me my accused person bail. So you see the point. It was yes and na judge and so chena adwini simra so. Now on so timi ama bail. The law lies in the bosom of the judge. Yes. Law no it lies in the bosom of the a school of thought. Obi didie no. As a law no lies in the bosom of the judge. So know you are judge. Into I thought that I also who judge a wo nim. Judge bi ha obekọ nanim no empower iguo. Enti da bia wo da ware guo kwa abonso watu aheda. Otu she da sa me ye case bi obabi judge no empower go yakọ 2 years no nwu no because also no nya wo beja ware anya ono no so na ebefa what you say
but do you have the choice to say obeka say the court for fraud?
Yes, always discontinue with personal liberty to reapply. And when you discontinue, why would discontinue? It goes with cost. Because now do some court now say o person discontinue with personal liberty to reapply. But I had the other party now some man no. It will withdraw free court no. Ya beje sika apata back no. So personal liberty with discontinuous with personal liberty to reapply. It goes with cost. Court no beje cost etiaw.
Enti na chese oba chese interest lawyer no judge no ewo wasem no ebia ba bi ogina.
Yes.
Na dwen.
Etoda ubon say judge no beginning no mfa na adwene ma lawyers ne kakra or the na adwene be ma prosecution na beginning because a state no ne nanya ana wonim say ade ba kwan ya na say the whole state is against one person. It is all achenkwa ya na the whole state with all accoutrement with all machineries ana omuni nipa ba ko penedi nti state na abachi nipa ne tuo ne ma ana de abachi nipa ne de na ko gina court the whole Ghana is fighting against Achenkwa because of his statement bi awako kanti ana judge no so ote wono no so hwe na konwa na ote so ne yie ese de nipa ne ba beduru ye na asesi awa grant ne be ma no content ten so wo ade ate ne transfer ne ese ko for fa bode beto me choko a ana se wo kra ye yiwu e kra ni nyina ka ho bi so the judge will be very careful na jumadi a woye no ntina etoda obonso so de medana ko remand kakra eti lawyer ne remind court no de na twa na adwene si so the law and the fundamental right which is now omoye ni nyina no na judge na adwene ba so ntu bonso afi de obe grant ni bill eti lawyer ne ba sa bi wo kra on kasa nti na remand no ne client be kasa nyahwe o de komu 1 week bra etoda asem no ko nkosi hwe ba omo de yes de punish wo e de wo hyemu sa de atwe aso se the next time oba o meka sa asem ni biom. But so it goes against the fundamental right of an accused. By a strategy adopted. But know your judge no. It will call judge and also share judge ni su said the theory. It was so much theory in our wood team now who judge no. We shall be belong to before and son idea free waba. Etinami ye bail be the aname and say, Judge no me who say, man free ya omo benina will refuse omo. Eti there was all yan say, Emrano wo hodie but ukriti bibi, ema ukriti rapport between one judge no. Eti bra judge ne made decision in a case and I'm saying this is a very fantastic decision, my lord. It drew me so no. Fantastic. Because decision ya wa me come my lord. Then I started rapport. Eti basa no abede rapport kakra. Na nani abeje. O say sir, me decision me ruling na come. That's all no wedding komo kakra. Then what brought you here? Afina now do bail application to nanim. That rapport now wa building kakra no kra no. Enye mara bibiri ne duru ba bia obekọ because at the end of the day client no so obegina kofie na kire say oye lawyer papa na enye mara obekan no brofo akese ene law na obekan no because judge no pon si ni trase nyina na o say cancer wa camera ma timpebu hwan ba wa refuse obey wa declare client ne ye de ne kwa kwehye asema
okay mama kai ebribi na eno ye same awuku ana sejon
na ye sejon
Ayikweotu.
Yes.
And I'm the guy say attaching a very good afternoon to you.
Yes.
Lawyer
camera.
Or those
no camera ankasa.
Ba Ayikweotu. The probably blindness. Muna bibia kwa fine.
Fine. Eti I thought that was a creative rapport between one judge and now boss know your judge. Judge now will appear before judge and know him very well before and son was start to application. So judge no you be on time grantee bail. When we said that now work on a client in me mefi. So I was so create empo bi kura no your classmate. Oni ni nyina na wie no apply be judge. Because judge no dey open na woko. O mre so na so be kwa judge o apply be fa. So the point is lawyers na so na dom kwa judge. So know your judge. It will create rapport na nti dem ye ni say me create rapport no me say with decision is fantastic. I hold what master's degree in mining. But decision out by a mining law. My lord, why are there pa into a creative rapport? So when the rapport was created, no, menene nkomo na kwaye de. E ba sa na afi Mr. Timmy be na no. Na o na ni Jimmy be no. Eti me ka memra na afi otie. Enti dru ono agrant me be no. Ohun. And then what you know, upon ni nyina so no say, ofi said the law license is bosom no refuse wa. Upon do be nyina da kwam no. Enti na high court wo. E the circuit court refuse bail a. Ade tia na waji ruling na so call high court. Okọ omo de omo betie mra no amo agrante obe na mo aba enti sa ha na amfa mra na anya adwuma no wantie wa high court be ye bail ne de ama enti sa obetimi ama obe no obetimi ama bail condition are very onerous harsh ano she I won't meet bail condition no. In the case of Martin Pebu number 2 versus Attorney General number 2 2015-2016 one Supreme Court Ghana law report at page 171 Supreme Court to say say my bail say bail condition your own say your hash ano odin it amount to refusal. Na so mo bi bail na no edin na ne ma se ko fa Jesus Christ bransa na watimi akwa na bail na no edin a e kire say we refuse no wa man bail. It a basa was all high court and I say o file motion for variation of bail condition. I say condition or that no so no e yanti court na ansa nka bi ma no nane condition ma nti achenkwa akwa mo de ne ko yi omo de AK47 ekum tontom eno achi ne so kwa amade ko yi mo de akọ ma remand no ebetima ba so mo se eji kura nya fa advice ma nti en take ni play kura eno nti no mo de na akọ but the ten say ni nyina mu no omo hwe the ingredients of fear and panic be na cause ye alarm be na statement na cause so how be na dia bre president Mahama saa de ni nyina wantimi improve ankyere court na the accused person will be left out of the hook.
Lawyer Evans Osei Bonsu in the house this afternoon. Na make us say Honorable Frank Edusi Poku, former DC for Esnafo South Atenase Ewufia. Meko Honorable in China, lawyer Miria and Kameba na yahwe se Obama and so se Obama Poku as right. Odonso ni case no kakra na bihu se no aso yechi bezet fanti comedy ni omo nyina no me wo se law no so e wo hodum kakra. It's in the case of se Obama Poku ase no se yakobu ne dai and the police ni yakobu dai to assist in investigations. Meshe na meka kwakwaza actual lengthy piece be ewo the Facebook wall the lawyer kwakwaza IGP assisting in investigation na fe ni pado akwakoye a whole lot be a better lawyer de eremu ewo enti Honorable Francis Edusi Poku beba wakwaba
so minia
some SCC the state burial the ama in Siano na fe related to this nkofo omo my information the omo my and rather make omo esi radar na say o helicopter mu omo say ade no blast e wo wiem ba akokora de one banahene akotena network bi so say NPP for and ehwehwe acid egu mfidie ni pe na ebi ahina ama and say omo information irrespective of the fact say Ghana Armed Forces the statement about to abonte say we should be cautious yemu bianka ya baba chie beside evidence but be so belonging to the other side or the omo kan no more form hu edi the team eno but honorable any related a year no lawyer kan wa chichia abaso na say endra a year executive no so ako related to a year unfortunate death no ako ma a year NDC executives yako and all that
yo no crane say for the past 3 months Ghana wiemu enye say odo aso ato fomo a ko bebia na wutia we aka Ghana bebia na emeko no wiemu ayusumpa say obi owo ni ka say wiemu ayusumu a na chese ene emeko so because ekamia say ade achi bia yeti owu a any kwan say ordinarily esi senye ka kwanhia na ye obi na atu no hotu and na ye say obi gina circle one of the bridges e wa Accra interchanges wo huri abetofom
yeah
free accident almost every day hwenkura ya omuku ye galamse no ese nipa 9 de omu ye and nipa sewu so if you munye couple with akwenshare to o man nyina se Ghana free se ye de ye ho ye ntese asem we bida se 2 cabinet ministers ye Yura Ibrahim Mutala Minister for Environment and Science now he Yura ye o mane boama Minister of Defense now he Yura Sapon ohwe mia yinua young guy aboaje ohwe yinua no ma military fa no mo ka ho a akwanhyisi ya na areho no kra ade a na ni nyan na eyame de se enra I think enra me hu se asofofo bi enya akwanya ne omampanyi ahia idin komo is my hope and prayer say yen nyina ye be ka bom na yaboa na ya bompa ye kese de amomai je minia no kureni Ghana NT asem we see won say amonyo ni obia paba obia boto eyi obia ya nti sebio we ya de a na ina we na ka party amanyosem ka party no the two political parties no na ka ye nyina ye bom ohwa anamonto a Ghana mampanyi da Yewura John Ajekum Kufuor etuye ekọ mampanyi wo Yewura mama nchen ekochia no man shedding because yes e wo bi na wie bi do mu ye Ghana de hye na so wo hwe sebio yewura mahama oni yewura ma ne bo amamu tim se na kra hwe yewura mu ni ro hwe asema no waka na ne nkra no mo ete aka no na yewura o ma ne bo amama me kra de mihu tese mihu ma me ne kra na na ni so atata me like sebio ba tan ya ne bakoro na de asakoto ne bei stage ama me adri se ya mben ni ya wan hwe ya na de empese e betimpo asaba enuntina ohwe de asan boboba nansane na ni enura ne na sebio areho na ni enyan e na me bisa me ho se Ghana no are we really serious as a country sebio yewra mama ni en yenu NDC asemu ba ye hwe de ekokoso Ghana wie mu nyina na obi a de party semato nchen e na ye nyina ya kabom esu emo man no ye kabom ba bi obi a esu obi akubi obi ekọ nkutodwanim e bom pa ye mo man no sire be ye sum a abekata ye so no ebekọ because sebio ne na atu nua e bia o chena nso na ye wode na Ghana meaning say criminal libel and other seditious law act 2001 July thereabout and Ayura Jonajokum Kufo then time led by Ayura Kufo Addo no ya attorney general omu repeal that law say obi a ho kwan say o kire na adwen na hwe de keka koso ya areho Ayura mama is he really in charge of this country? Is this the resetting agenda na you promise Ghanaians? Ya court sre Ghana for say ye ba resetting. Minia resetting ye nuanu mu NDC ba ye. E bo sha o mu share Ghana for koto abama wo mu no. E bo she no hwibuada. Ba kukura no abeka se NDC ba ye yetimi aye. 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy women budget enim eni bi ba ye adwuma no pa wi anwumre enne mbrante gufie okoya ye se wa teacher fo ahwe bi ba kira de no pa kira de wi anwumre anadwo ahomache mo kai ka kira mse sa 24-hour economy ye nuanom mo break o ne demand driven oko Oxford Street a nyo bi na be ka kira o se bi onipa dodo opedo na to ana onipa dodo opade ese ya 20 anadwo no a na se nipa no so ompa unu ahwa na beto se company no bie o produce na anema na o produce no se yento a ede ade na beka chensa ahomache kura won sam produce munyanto boase mantie 24-hour economy one 3 hour one shift anopa wi anwumre mabunu so ye pa adwuma ye ekoto abamam ye nuanu NDC nam kramudem ena mema ne mada mema ne memeda ema ne mada ye de ye ba sa de no hibetwam eye sa mampanyi yewura Kufo Addo ne na bedi akire yewura ba omiam ne de ba biniam se da bia na meka asemu ya na wo se egum mekọ kremudem eja me de message ko mekọ campaign because so ona abojai sisia na onuam ko se ona abo mutuwe se bia ye nua ba omia nyina ye adwen se beto abama because kremuni na wo ye nua ba omia yese mane mada mema ne ba meda ya ye mra munyi ntuma mu kwahye mra se mu tiase amana koso hindi sa de ndia ye de yenso sa de no ntia ban pa de ona boye ntuma mo meka union makoka and no mu buy opportunity
o so bo kan so mo agia
di for the first time mu buy Independence Square ho na mema ne mema mienu etwa video obi antimi anche wo mo me say me wa ha me constituency me nam na kete ni Ewura Kopoku nam kokoso ene wa ya Greek minister ye Ewura Kopoku boko akrase boko na no mu kwa koboko no o he ona buja yo na ye Ewura Kopoku o se de koko no mu sisi yen na ye ba mo mu ba o mdo mbeto no 60 million 65 million ona bu na mutirimo odin sei NPP for mutirimo odin obi ya to aba mamo na koko obi ya isa moto ni sei na mo moto ni sa erikopogu so mbo mbeto ni se yo nto na bo se de ei o be kan be kom so mtase enna last time bi o mo so a kuafo hemfo nyina kogu dade so aba sata mo mfra atofo sen yewura Collins da mo sa hafo na koku o mu begu ho chese MPP ni podim se na idio MPP ni afi de o ka hwia wontie ya beto koku 60 million ene mo ba ya mo kotu koku mo de 1.2 enu no ene yewura rikopoku osi akura na se koku kuafo no bobo no enu no mo ba ya muntimi nya ho hwe enu ho asem da ho mo ma yenka mo ba hey yenua no mo boko entokwa no yewura se machine de ntokwa ne ba na ye de ye ba ye betwam menua ete ha ene ntokwa eche first no ye wa ha galamse yen o ma ye 1 week kura galamse ye betu ahye enya sa ni am ka kire enu mo ba ya for the first time national organizer and third vice chairman ye hwe mu nsem tu galamse and now we NPP atwa moja gu no susu tu galamse ene ko hwenra ye twa moja ye wura Joseph ya mi say ye regional collation center no moje ma NDC wa Ashanti region no jura jo mama ye galamse fo sika no mde ko ye ene o mu si galamse fo no mu the sponsor NDC ye wura ya mi neka enu no mo ba ya muntimi solve hwe enra etuo ene area so asare don ko ankasa o se kura de national security for na akwaje galamse site afa. This is what is happening in this country. Sanya ma bocha mu share ya mu ba ye nyina no muntimi ni so enu amu ba hwe na maka ne ganafo ewuwo na eba sebio ye ho so kire ye mu ba ye so dollar ba fom dollar na ba fom na yewra mama ka so dokono ye 5 cedi no mu de mu ba dokono 5 cedi ne boaye de no me ba jo dokono ya teso ananu ye nua bi o TikTok mitie na san ma so say mu se dollar ba fom bofrod na meto no 5 cedi ne se de ye si bono no saa na ye bono ye nte so ene ukope bodie duro ahafu kra ye se bodie buo no kiso okura 2 million 1.5 ebi si da ene ko he meko nyado abo wa wi na usmo ayire se o yiri kodi dwa beka se o yiri abu omu o ene mamu aye din wodwom sane ma Ghana fo hwe so mo kan ye ma Ghana fo hwe so to abama mo no maba mo behwe na saa de na ye nya ya wure hyemu mu beto na mo ne hwan ha ye no dabi obi kasa angaw obi bo wa ya che no obi wusi ni tie do kokot ei eni ansa wo mu prison ni Kenya si prison wo mu miemo no mu be che nkofo papa ei eni ye wura kufuado nyame won kyera papa no ne ye wura ba omia mesi ye wura mama enu afi no ama ye wura kufuado aye angel asem we marketo because the wo tete achem kwana na mo ni we mu ekosisi mu no ye ni onu man DC I can worst things about kufuado ne wura ba omia enso mu nam ho Kevin Taylor no ba what vice president fie Kevin Taylor e di issue bench warrant na oba okọ to ani atenase ni agya no Kevin Taylor na oba national security for and protect no Kevin Taylor ya che no Kevin Taylor timi tra no studio e kasetia otu da bi on timi kase o kasetia chame kasetia santeman super sofo super nananom ya ne dai Kevin Taylor na mo eno oba ya man presidential escort ni ha ade na ya se menua wo yira wona ne da sori a na wo ma odisi emu a na wo yira firim no obi aka kira so wo yire wo kun yire Peter Otukono wanka kira se wura kufuado ne majankroma maame ofiri mampon ye wura kufuado yire dada wo na ku no obi che no ye ni ha ena fellows of osu kwa achi kwatena TV3 enam se Yewura Akufo-Addo wo cancer na Yewura Akufo-Addo bewu yare a wo no bewu yema no yendai yeni ha ena Yewura mampanyi Yewura John Dramani Mahama emante platform kase Yewura Akufo-Addo anyini chere na bewu agya no. We are not in this country. So what is happening? And no could the top black wire foreign affairs minister. And the answer no one can for Yewura Akufo-Addo. Yeni man this for Yewura Baumia every pork basin tell him. Kamoni bi ati wade. Hwana chi wo mu. Na se yeni 7 months the master chichichi. 7 months. And a muntimi. Hey, any more quencha. Because many Ghana, baby, I want o aben bia no betimi akobia no atum. Bijitum. Se bia o kasa, obia kasa o hwe ne kasa yie. E bia sama obi beka no mimi adusipoku mintimi nkabi. Ti metwa no metumi nuanu mabunufo. So obia kasa omra fom meme de moma yensua se mayen kasa ntia panyi de obi dia ye na nye da moma yenya bi yemra fom but de ye me ya ne se de momo ya mo chichi nkofo yi you guys you did worse pero bi anchemo na de na si 7 months and no more quench pa because me Ghana enche yo satama Yewura JJ Rawlings military rule satama no mbachi ya maame no okejetia etwe ma ya sema maame mo mfa ncheme eche ya papa no ma no mu ye adwuma eguo mu businesses no eno kromo antimi anka ya ne ontum Professor Dubu ahemo sorry Emrantie mabawa esore enu krantimi anke ya no antum je kofo mu Dr. Selby mu umantimi anke ya no antum na jabi dankwa edi asam no wanka Kwame Nkrumah chine mani ko wu prison nanso wanka na no antum nenne baby ya 1992 constitution enne ya wo mra kunini I protect your human rights. No. Mesre Yewura John Dramani Mahama. Any the national security operatives. Sasa tangent ya no munam so de no mbabrepa. Me, I was expecting say the CA a way abaya na Ghana esum akata yesui. Ebian ka mampanyi mra no mekasa. We say nkabo mu a yenya. Say Ghana ye nyina ye baako de enu akọọso no entweye etimesremo ye kọ yanim no mu nyina nso mo kasa mo mam kasa amrafom ne nyina ye nkamom ne mo no oman no ye nkyekere because the bia na me ka say Ghana ye ma ye nyina ba se ne enwa de say crime de say lawyer crime de say any expiring date na any expiring date yeah. Okay and you must start it. No montiti of Osukwachi ne okuja to abla kwa mo ne Kevin Taylor munsem. Omu wi anom de achenkwa na moto so. Akugambo. Ayeni ne didi Supreme Court judges adam. This is the country niama mo ye in opposition. E disana mu pese nyina ye kabomu a ye no Ghana no ye kabomu a eno na ye nyina ye wo hwe Yewura na bi ni GFK mu call NDC national headquarters share the national executives commiserate with them. This is what we all want, because Ghana no ye nyina ye se ye pese ye bu oman no ye suni aban ene ye nim de bi na sesa enti ye nyina ye nipa baako na sa intimidation no ye nuanu mo ntontwene me ana me ka kire mo se de nandwie ni podua no anka no to no okomfo na ode kom no nso no ka hunu se nyedai enka wonsem because TikTok ko enura ne nansa na kra de ewura ya kwabra kra je so okopa chew
no onu wa ye de ben be hu say o trend pa asaba for
Ghana for ho say what's the dia prior to 2024 elections now ko social media bia it was dominated by NDC especially TikTok because omu mabunu de omu akoma ehye omu and some omu de radio for asofofo bi mpanyufo bi kan ya eto mabunu ni tirimu no and mabunu na hunu say sansam no eye ntro edi wo enra wo kasa bi amawo ye kodi NDC achi no se ne ade bi koso na be kasa dwuma mabunu ni di bediw no ya papa no mesre mabunu no mesre mo munya adwobere mo munya ntobase kakra omunya ntobase kakra ma no na ebra no bra no kɔ no omo ye nyaatwon awo Ghana ha no ye hu omu ebi na de ato ni because satam ya beto ba ne papa tim kosesa bottles no asesa o so akofa Eternal River Densu River pra na ensure na ya mok galamse NPP for magalamse cause NPP for say o mine no de asisi ho no kasa ena ba jonjo na eni ate ana no nko sanjo mesi table no so bio nyachum di mabru na nyana o mu di bedi no eji mini amesre se baby aya duru no one Ewura John Dramani mama Ghana oni ato abama o eso pompo ye nyina ye mampanyin no me aba no manto bi ama be wo ye de kra me mampanyin no Ghana fo hwew se gidia ye nya wo mu no ubetu anamo na Ghana ni no ne ho ayede ato no eno ne ade Ghana fo hwe na ade no so hwe na ade no se ebiri wani so na wuntimi nya no waka na Ghana fo atiase se ade no na me wa kire na ho me hunu no me baaye no je different do because baby ambode ni namu oh the entire all the new man is private jet say helicopter ya se musi yi ebinu mo saja se o jet no ye enye ebe ya nke nkoto private jet ni we furu say ye new man is o mtimi kan bi kese that is because
somebody me omakai
adani ebiso okujato black was say let's leave it to the security expert wo okujato wo the other security expert and the security expert super ye new man is super ye wura kufuado okroma say you wura kufuado enyusu the presidential jet no sorry o yusu private jet super ye wura kufuado okay sa dum ga je ye wura kufuado dware go biem kan sansa mo agu kroma say ye wura kufuado no ni bia oy and private jet no esi France and helicopters nyina ye nyina nim say enye in good condition hwede akosie ye ka say jet no presidential jet ni okuya tablo aka kire say obi ka say engine no say engine ye for di ba ko asaya miensa wo ho ye adwuma ye ba ye na ye wura mama hwe ne bra private jet no yuzu Ibrahim Mahama private jet na Ghana nye ferry se oman te se Ghana ni presidential jet enne se emergency si krom ha helicopters a ye military na ye security personnel kwade be adwuma no ni nyina nya in good condition enye ferry hwe asem isi ye enka baabia na helicopters e wa hoden pa ye yi a enka ye nuanom o mu kwoto amena ni mu no anu mo hye no na nge helicopters betimi akokora ahwekwan bi e befa so betimi ya ntimi anye oman baby ye wono no esi nura ne nyina ye beka bom ni aboa na sane ma se ya prevent no mo de ya amanyosem enese wo hu mo ntimi nka ye de yaka de keka kono ye oman ni nyina eda ache ye wura ma mo mra no mepachew One ni minister ne appointees no mepa Ghana for cha sen sama ye ka to Yewura Akufo-Addo ehso no yesere mo yanka ne ye jet ne nyina ebe ka bom am ya edai ya to de am oman no Ghana ye ya eye ma ye nyina meda se
Honorable Frank Edusipoku former DCE for Esnafo South but be person be zero into a yes Obama edian menim so what study on the case
me study the case no but brief now the man manager say
yeah because ono in the case no etio bi ho ayina yes we post to social media say we post to etio no social media omo kokoche no say oma evidence baby asa is it etio na say ho kro the banner we post to social media omo ayesa ade no bibi sa de ekokosie but nanka be hwe charges a empo ana sobo a obo de ball but the ama me ne Canadian we a manner police for a diboro and fear access the doors say omo kwa akoche no omo wie no ana me wo police report no e wa ha o kan police report no de bai na omo kire say ombe assist in investigations omo akona wie na omo na akoche no ombra nombe obe assist in investigations and I know that you say no police mode no so no
ehona na keke me ma o say no knock search warrant no before police be boy we obi fi breaking the door no eno kra door no yen ka say destroy no by break the door and na me can say no knock search warrant and na na say court amount no knock search warrant and that type of search warrant no ye the man wa eno ni de wura ni panifie na unya sa ubona mane na se ya tupunu no mukra na u breaki but u breaki no on destroy. You can break the door in a nice way and you enter into the premises. But eno your friend no knock search warrant. But no and you police now do pay you. It has to be authorized by a court of law. At the court na mo de kwa akoda na court na ma o say to me no. Ansa na wo watimi abo awura obi fie without the person's what notice. No be supposed to ade about social media fine. You can invite that person. Who better invite no. In any case, so person wura ho na akokotwe se bia o ade ni gu ho na obe destroy ade na nature say court ama no knock search warrant. Say to me no de ma on the court no de ma wa. Eno de wunya say ubo nipa na mane. Ba betima ko wura ni fie at any time. Abra nipa no wo ho. But we be breaking the door na no mpo no. Ubo mu na so say ya honhwan na say bie me ba wo hanom na so wa mi a u break the door no wa wuram. But you don't destroy everything in the house, including the door. But you break the door, but you don't destroy it. Now we room. Sana me person me work. And the way a manner, ya de kwache no. Ebinimu abuse the powers na ya de ama omo no. Aye security agencies na e wo man mu ni police fo ni bi. Omo breach say to me na banko ade e wo se kwan bi aso. Me fa so se me ye wa atete me do be fa atete me ye wa yakayaka de na me de be wura fie na kwan bi e wo se me fa so bia na ma ban na aba eno na ekoso sabri e ho na me kire se anya careful as oman a obi be he da ye akwa ma se be chi achenkwan na se kanye national security na be chi no na ye nkrofo bi e na be peke ne de ne koye na anka ye kokun na anka abanya de bo
no ya only baby answer me ba honorable honum quickly no men kind that of course because I be briefly na fe bremo briefly na men call ye honorable so enche o say ono say open letter to the Inspector General of Police na no a subject the arrest of Sir Obama Pokwase history must not repeat itself. O say the IGP a right to express profound concern over the dawn raid of the apartment of Sir Obama Pokwase, the police's public framing of that action, the stringent bail terms of 50,000 cedis with 3 sureties, his overnight detention and notwithstanding meeting the bail terms, and the apparent decision to prosecute him under Section 208 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, that's Act 29 into brackets. According to the official statement, the police raided his residence in collaboration with other security agencies and stated he was assisted with investigations into videos showing individuals brandishing high-grade firearms. Yet, at some undisclosed stage, this assistance morphed into a full criminal charge. The public has not been told at what stage the helper, into quotes, became a suspect. whether he had prompt access to counsel during this transition, why a dawn raid was necessary if the stated purpose was only to obtain assistance. So it goes on and on and on. I'm just to give you an idea about.
You see, I'm on the same wavelength with him. And then I can say police raided Obama Nifi without the knowledge of Obama, and whether or not say police ikono no mukuta warranta was omudi urafi ho. And then I make eti de ohwe kwaku aza e kan nyina ne se kwan ya mofa so amode ko wura fie ho ene don anajo adasuo mu mukoko wura ho mo wura ni fie a moko destroy ne ma no e kire se enfamra kwan so, because in the first place on the make say sa warrant na obetimi dia ko wura obi fie a breaking the door no se court ma order untimi fa ope no policeman under police act no bi bia obetimi authorize say IGP se mon kwana mko break obi dan na mungura mu no, unless it is being sanctioned by a court of law, a court of competent jurisdiction. It is court no na ma kwan say monko entina me ka say no knock search warrant and the wa say ko wura ho. Na ina ke so bi si wa huna de social media keke no na social media nsema yete no ho ebini. And the question is edi etinkwa na ye NPP for nkwa ana sa yes Thomas sa ye ready ho sa Rambo star na ye de chinipa na adenti na NPP for nkwa na ye de che wo mo sa aden ye wo various political parties se wo man mu ye wo various individuals wo man mu a ebinum ne ma omo ye kra so che de NPP ni bi de na no aka, but why is it that say NPP activists omo nkwa na ye ready omo fie omo nkwa na ye de Rambo star e che omo nkwa na eti ehu se NDC ni bi aka asem a asem na no ode ana yeni ya na basantale mu ekeka nsem wo social media yeni ha ana basantale ne nkrofo da bia omo ye niam emfata eka wo social media, but wine ya kwachene sa Rambo star ni bi eti who it comes to equity must come with clean hands or must do equity. It is already there until I make us a President Mahama just said sebi ni die kwan so men kwala futu na me ma His Excellency the President and say the all ye ni nyina no onwene se Ghana for no no omudi se ne nsa hyase no mom yesa onya hweye one day obegini dini because the ben say bekwa kwachi obi ni akuku no na ka chese president no na aye enti di legacy obi
okay police statement no kra eno me stress because in as much some small protect certain ye bless us ablekuma me gusu bi sasa ablekuma de no akwa akosi bo se ye nyina ayemwa na ayembo, but there's a question
that is so
I don't like some of my answers.
Still no answer. But so, it is the more police when you see Emre Ninkaso. Keke. Aka America kre bi so unse see President Mahama enche bia na no 1 year. Aso ana meboa. Enche bia Emre Ninkaso. Na 2 years aso ano no. Aban ni so betimi abu ye 2 years pe. De aka bia ye krokro de John. Bibia pe bia ni wa beba nti wa anya very careful a. Ebeduru ba bi no na power na firi wonsa o. The films are not there. Oh, ye ni nyina na mo ye ne no. Kana for bonu bia statif or to abama okra. Ne boa statif nkakra. Adetina no mi hu. NDC ni pa. O sheda nya NDC ni pa about on abama NDC. O se o shia me o se menu me ho. Adetina no ya mento abamfa ma wa ade cha yakwachi wei. Ade cha yakwachi wei. Enti wo kan sa wo ye ba ko no ka kire mi o. But e bia ba ko bi nso wo ba bi. Ni nyina na vote no so eso te. Said the fa so pamu MPP no saa no be fa so pamu NDC na se pamu wia na se MPP anasa other political party bi be eso benya power no ye won crofo sa e bi omo de omo nye ni say yo do beta se be che won crofo na ye kuno do beta se che won crofo na ye kuno na de ani je baba ye nyina ye firi afunu ba ko na ye firi oman yi mu omo me emfa odo ene kro ye emfa mu man no said the asemsi ya ye nyina ye obi aya ya kan ye ho abomu na mpo achenkwa obachi ni achenkwa menka sa de waka asamboni a me support no asamboni bia ni wa wo so waka edefa sa wuwe ho accident na aba na mpo so waka ya na sa wo so wache na court no ye kan law ho obetimi aka se onam President Mahama na suma wo mo no makwaku enti o pese uhodu o mo responsible asman pese me chan se ye uhodu o mo responsible no responsibility na pese President Mahama ka se abusua ni nyina no o mo bia sika nhwe ne mane ne nananom mu nyina eno na me pa kire o kire we mu wo court di court di ne betum obetimi justify lawyer for ebe coach na mana justify
let us say bia to us about information no mo hwe kwan ya yɛbɛfa so ahwɛ helicopter crash no emu so ɔmo de investigators efraba no ne ɛbɛba abɛka ho na ɔmo aboa na sise okugyeto ablakwa ɛsiri say Americans and not formally ɔmo ato ɔmo nsa from say they should come and help with investigation. Now my question everybody say nasa Captain Smart no ma kyerɛ emu dada ɔmo no ɔmo dim de etia aircraft crash comfort do your gansa MP for ada ɔmo akyerɛ emu dada Banahine spokesperson for the press ɔmo akyerɛ emu dada nti yɛkɔ sika wa abrɔfo yi ho ayɛde okugyeto ablakwa go to the Captain Smarts and the Comfort Doyos and the Banahine. Open cry information. Now, other than the Babe High was I'm a way Suman Quine or what I believe. The information be brebe in a Yakoton Safra Brofi.